And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, podcasts on podcasts, folks. Come on, get with the program. Have y'all not heard? It's podcasting time. So, however you get your podcast, we're basically on there. So, however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today's a Saturday. Big old Saturday? Mediocre Saturday. Medium-sized Saturday here. I'm going to be breaking down the NBA, obviously, today. What happened yesterday? Break it down, go over it. Do our moneymaker picks for today. Not a huge main topic today, but we do have some good stories. Trevor Lawrence's pro day was yesterday, so we are going to be taking a little bit of a look at that. We got a clip of that. So yeah, let's just jump right into it today, shall we? All right, yeah, let's start here. Yesterday was J.J. Watt getting released by the Texans, and we get a little bit of a highlight package for him because of this. So let's watch this, see what this man is capable of. We all know J.J. Watt. We spoke about his accolades yesterday on the show. Great, I mean, multiple-time Pro Bowler, 11 years in the league, getting it done, 25 forced fumbles, four defensive touchdowns, something like that. Yeah, 4 defensive touchdowns, all great. So let's see what we got here by J.J. Watt, and should he come to the Dolphins based on this tape? Not just based on this tape, he should, but let's see what we get here by J.J. Watt. Gets a nice sack on the Dolphins on the first replay. All right, not bad. I mean, the man is so good, folks, obviously. So the sack right there is fantastic. Can't be double-teamed. He will beat the double team. It doesn't matter. Single, double, triple. He will get through the line, folks. Another sack right there against the Jags. Going against the Broncos here. Once again, just a sack. Are we only getting sacks here? I want to see 4 of these touchdowns. Where are these defensive touchdowns at? Another sack. Getting right through the line. That was like 2.5 seconds. Exactly where you want to be. Sacking Peyton Manning. Yes, sir. Going to try and hit Marcus Mariota. Yes, sir. Get Marcus Mariota down. Everybody is vulnerable to a J.J. Watt sack. Potential GOATs and Peyton Manning. And players that don't even play no more. Marcus Mariota. Y'all getting sacked by J.J. Watt. Mark Sanchez against the Jets. This man goes back, folks. This man is dated. Sacking Mark Sanchez and Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning and Marcus Mariota all over the field. But can we get to some of these touchdowns? They better have incorporated some touchdowns. Like, yes, the sacks are great, obviously. But obviously touchdowns are better than sacks. So where are these touchdown highlights? Come on. Sacking, is that Josh Allen or is that another Bills quarterback before he got there? Another Jacksonville Jaguar getting taken down by J.J. Watt. Matt Stafford with the Lions, but now he's with the Rams, so maybe he doesn't face J.J. Watt this season. We'll see what happens. Another one against Matt Stafford. Damn, that was a good one. Matt Stafford trying to run outside the pocket to the right, but J.J. Watt says, no, I'm coming. Three against Matt Stafford, all looking to be in the same game? Damn. Woof. Alrighty, Titans back at the Titans. Who is that? That doesn't look like Marcus Mariota. In the red zone now, he does it all again. Look at this man. Number 10 slipping himself, and J.J. Watt just making sure he's down. Chris Johnson with the Titans. Nice. Little flashback of CJ 2K, baby. One of the fastest backs in the league. Did not make it a long time, though. He had, like 3 good seasons? Andrew Luck, getting the pressure on Andrew Luck. Yes, sir. Made that man retire a little bit early. The man's like, yeah, I'm not facing J.J. Watt 2 times every season. So now, hey, Colts fans, you may be able to get Andrew Luck back. Against the Vikings here. That wasn't Brett Favre, was it? That wasn't the Brett Favre Vikings. Was he number 7? Who is this? No, just play. Yeah. Here we go. What number was Brett Favre? I don't think he was 7, was he? Let's look it up. We got time today on the show. Let's look this up. Who was number 7 on that Vikings team that just got sacked? Let's just look at this. Does J.J. Watt date all the way back to Brett Favre with the Vikings? Let's see this. Vikings 2010. Ooh, it's right on the cusp. Right on the cusp. I just need to know what his number was with the Vikings. Four. Alrighty. Yeah. Alrighty. So that was not Brett Favre that he sacked, but another Vikings quarterback. Who was number 7 for the Vikings? I honestly don't even know the freaking Vikings quarterbacks like that. Unfortunate. But that's J.J. Watt. Unfortunately, no touchdowns. What kind of highlight package is this? NFL throwbacks. Get it together. I mean, he's got 4 defensive touchdowns. Can we show some of those? Even 3 offensive touchdowns. But we saw no J.J. Watt touchdowns here. Definitely disappointed. Should have previewed the film, but, I like to go off the rip. But that's what we get sometimes. Unfortunate. Alrighty, here we go. Trevor Lawrence's pro day at Clemson was yesterday, folks. We get a nice little 2-minute highlight from his best throws. Once again, we probably should have previewed this video. We're hoping it's better than the J.J. Watt video we saw, unfortunately. I'm sure it is. This man's going to be the clear number 1 pick. I don't want to hear about it. If you want to bet on this man being the first overall draft pick, you will win no money. His odds are minus 5,000. So if you bet $10,000 on Trevor Lawrence being the number 1 overall draft pick, you win $200. That's not good value. Don't do that, please. You don't make any money on that. That's wild. So no great odds taking Trevor Lawrence as the first overall pick, which is what we know is going to happen. So can't make any quick money like that. Unfortunate. But let's see what this man's got. Obviously, he's had a fantastic career. Let's bring up his college stats, shall we? Once again, probably should have did this before the show, but hey, we got time, so we can improvise a little bit here. What do we got? Trevor Lawrence. Nope, not ESPN. Never look at ESPN for stats. Always go to Sports Reference. Best sport or his best stats site out there, hands down. Alrighty, here we go. 3 years at Clemson, his rookie year or his freshman year, should say. Freshman year, I believe they won the title in 2018. So freshman year, wins the title, 65% completion percentage, absolutely fantastic. 3,200 yards, 30 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's what we're talking about. The man does not turn over the ball in the touchdown to interception ratio. I mean, what is this? 6 times what? 8 or 4, 30 divided by 4. What is that? What do we get? 8, 16, 24, 32, about 8. So 7.5. Let's do that. 7.5 touchdown to interception ratio. Absolutely magnificent. It's astronomically good. 7.5 to 1. His sophomore year, completion percentage went up a little bit. Like to see that. 0.6%, but hey, it still went up. 65.8% completion percentage. Yards went up 3,600 yards. Very well done. Touchdowns went up 36. Interceptions went up a little bit, but he's still, 36 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. That's what, 4 times... 4.5 times touchdown to interception ratio. Once again, fantastic. We'll take 4. We'll take 3. Well, in college, we should be getting like 4 or 5. But in the NFL, we'll take 3 all day. We'll definitely take 4. Absolutely. That's what Aaron Rodgers done. That's what he just won the MVP and went 13-3 and got to the NFC Championship game. That's what 4-1 touchdown to interception ratio can do for your squad. Alrighty, and then last season, his junior year, 69.2% completion percentage, his best completion percentage of his career. And he played 5 less games and still had, about the same yards, 3,100 yards. Obviously a little light, but he played 5 less games because of the wonky COVID college schedule. So completion percentage went up. Very well done. Touchdown to interception ratio, 24 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So once again, kind of about 5 touchdown interception ratio. So 5-1. Fantastic. So the man's obviously great. We knew this man was going to be the number 1 overall pick in 2018 after his performances rookie year. Let's also look at what you do in the bowl games, because that's what I judge heavy in college when I'm looking at stats. Obviously, I look at what you did in totality, but I really do want to see what you did in those bowl games. Did you flounder or did you succeed? And I believe Trevor Lawrence here is succeeding. So let's see what we get here. in the bowl game against Alabama. Well, they had to because he was in the playoffs in his first year in 2018. So in the college football playoffs against Notre Dame, 69% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Not throwing picks in the big game. Love to see that. Then he gets to the national championship game against Alabama, and he throws 62.5% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, no picks. That's what we're talking about, folks. Not turning the ball over. Great completion percentage against, an Alabama defense. It's Nick Saban, so very well coached team overall, and Trevor Lawrence is able to beat him his first year in college. So great year, his first year in the bowl games as well. Let's see what happened here. His second year, got to the playoffs once again, faced Ohio State, and he had 50. Ooh, okay, hang on. His second year, got exposed a little bit. 54% completion percentage. That will not get it done in the NFL. Definitely not in college either. So poor completion percentage there. 2 touchdowns, no picks, so that's still good. Not turning the ball over, but maybe defenses, getting a hold of him a little bit. Luckily, he was able to beat Ohio State and move on to LSU in the championship game, but then he lost it there, 48% completion percentage, and that seemed to be his worst completion percentage of his entire career. Wow, that was the only time he actually threw 40 under 50% completion percentage is in his entire career thus far. Oh, wow. Damn. His worst game was in the national championship game against LSU. No touchdowns, no picks, poor completion percentage. And then we get last year versus Ohio State. They did not make it to the college football playoffs, did they? What is this game? Let's go back to this game. Sugar Bowl. All right. Yeah, so they did get to is this the playoffs? What are they ranked? Did they even have a playoffs this year in college? They did, right? Yeah, they did. Okay, they were the 2 seed, and they lost to Ohio State, unfortunately. So, Trevor Lawrence, great first year, started to trickle down, get worse as, the years progressed. First year, got to the championship game, won it. Second year, got to the championship game, lost it. Third year, got to the playoffs, but didn't get to the championship game. Ooh, all right, a little bit of a hit there. That's a little bit of a knock if we have to see one. All right, so let's talk about the Ohio State game. He did have 68% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Unfortunately, he did throw for 400 yards, though, in that game. Unfortunately, the defense, what was the final score of this game? The defense gave up a lot of points. They gave up 49 points. Pretty tough. So a little unfortunate there by Trevor Lawrence's career at the end. But let's see what he did on the pro day. Let's see if we can break down some of these throws. Are these good throws? Is he looking good? Is he still the number 1 overall pick? It's already locked up, but we'll see if he should be the number 1 overall pick, which he probably should. So here we go. Trevor Lawrence's pro day from last night. Nice little drop back, fake the handoff, rolling out to the left, throwing on the run. Very well done. Very well done. Tight spiral there. Velocity was good. Accuracy was great. Fantastic. Now, obviously, all these should be looking good. There's no defense. He should be cool, calm, collected, obviously. But, we get film. We have to break it down, right? Here we go. Nice little out route. He's hitting these hitch routes. Very well done. Great target. Great accuracy. Throwing on the run as well. That's a huge, look at that. Look at that man put some whip on this ball, folks. Can we go back here? Did we rewind this? We did not. All right, so let's go back to this throw right here. Not this one. This one coming up right here. We see the receiver not getting 2 feet in bounds, it looks like. Trevor Lawrence drifts him a little bit too much. Don't know if that's an official catch or not. Trevor Lawrence's deep ball, alrighty, a little bit underthrown. You see the receiver have to kind of come back to the ball, but let's count the yards on this one. Gonna throw this one from the 25, get it all the way down to the 30-yard line. So that's very well done. 25 to the 50, another 20 yards. That's 45 yards total. Another zinger right over the middle. Very well done. Back to play action, stepping up in the pocket, throwing, accurate as heck. Very well done. Now in the goal line, in the red zone. Back of the end zone. Yes, sir. Very high and away. Enough for the receiver to go up and get it and get 2 feet down. That's a very nice play right there. Great height on that ball at the back of the end zone. Catchable ball. If you got one-on-one matchup, that's how you throw the ball right there. Alrighty, once again, kind of in the red zone a little bit. Throwing at the back of the end zone. He's getting some good height on these balls at the back of the end zone, and that's what you need if you're going to throw it in the back of the end zone and not the corners. Got to get it all up over the safeties. Unfortunately, this receiver did not catch it. That's a perfectly thrown ball. Unfortunate for the receiver. Trevor Lawrence going deep. Yes, sir. Let's count the yards on this one. Throwing it from the 25 again, whipping it all the way down to the 15. Holy moly, 25 plus, what do we got, 35? 25 plus 35, that is 60. Is that 60? 50. 60. Holy cow, 60 yards right there. Perfect. Nice little comeback double move. He's running all over the place, left to right, and then he slings this one as far as he possibly can, folks. And I believe this one is 70 big old yards. Let's count the yards one more time. First of all, well, let's count the yards, and then we'll break down the play because, it's just kind of, his last throw of the night. Throwing it from the 25, getting it all the way down to the 15. Holy moly. 25 to the... once again, 25 and the 35. So that is 60 yards. Absolutely magnificent there. Throwing it from the 20, getting it all the way down to the 15. Yeah. All right. 60 clean yards. 60 clean yards. And look just how he throws this ball. So this is obviously not like a play. It's a play action. Run all the way to the left. Fake out. Go all the way back to the right. And then square up and throw. Just kind of showing like your mobility, your accuracy, everything like that. I believe this was his last throw of the night. So absolutely fantastically well done by Trevor Lawrence. Showed everything. I mean, he was hitting all the throws. I think how scouts judge it. That was looking good to me. Hit the hitches. The deep ball was good. The back of the end zone throws were good. The accuracy on those balls were very good. So Trevor Lawrence, I think, had a fantastic pro day yesterday. And he's definitely going number one overall, folks. There is no doubt. Ain't no doubt here. This is the back angle of this guy said it was 70 yards, but with a damn near 70-yard pass, I think we counted 60. I don't even think it was even more than like 61. I think it was like kind of 60 on the dot, unfortunately. So here we go. The back angle of that Trevor Lawrence's deep ball getting down to the 15-yard line. Absolutely magnificent, folks. Alrighty, and if this kind of just judges gauge and interest on Trevor Lawrence, we get 31 guys in attendance from the NFL in watching Trevor Lawrence's pro day. So, we know the Jaguars are going to be selecting him with the number 1 overall pick, and they sent 3 scouts to go and watch him. Now, the Jets also sent 3. The Panthers also sent 3, so that's very interesting. Can they trade up in the draft just in case if there is any wiggle room? Panthers and Jets could be suitors for Trevor Lawrence if the Jacksonville Jaguars are looking to trade that pick, which I don't think they are. But that is interesting that the Jets and Panthers both sent 3. They're looking for quarterbacks, and I don't think the Panthers will take a quarterback. I really think Teddy Bridgewater is the guy, but maybe they get a backup, some competition there. So we'll see what happens there. But, this is telling me that the Panthers are looking for a quarterback, unfortunately. And I don't get it, and I still don't truly believe it, but this is kind of what the numbers are telling me right here. And then there is one team that sent more than 3, more than the Jaguars sent there, and that's the Falcons. And that's really, really, really interesting. Obviously, right after the season, they said everybody's up for trade. Julio Jones, Matt Ryan, we are looking to trade. Then just about 2-3 weeks ago, Arthur Blank comes out and says, you know what, nobody's for trade. We're kind of rocking with the same team. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones are safe. But now they just sent 4 scouts to go watch Trevor Lawrence, who they know they probably has 0 shot in getting. So a little interesting there as well. We'll keep an eye on it. Do the Falcons try to make the Jaguars an offer they can't refuse? Hey, you get Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, and we'll take Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley. How does that sound? So could be interesting. We'll see what happens, but definitely interesting that the Falcons sent 4 scouts to go watch this man. Alrighty, let's move on to this story right here. Deshaun Watson spotted out in Miami with Christian Wilkins and Raekwon Davis, two Miami Dolphins players right here, defensive players, offensive players. So very well done. I would love to have Deshaun Watson on the Dolphins, and if push came to shove, I'm sorry, Tua, you would have to kind of get shelved. I love you to death. I think you're great. I think you're going to be great. But right now, Deshaun Watson is already great. Why am I going to invest on somebody that can potentially reach Deshaun Watson's level when Deshaun Watson's level is in Deshaun Watson right here, right now? You know what I mean? So it's no disrespect to Tua, obviously. I wish him success. If, this is the move that the Dolphins go with, I would definitely wish Tua a lot of success. But if we can get Deshaun Watson, you go and get Deshaun Watson, folks. I mean, did you see what he did with the Texans this season? The Texans were trash. They were trash. And Deshaun Watson, leading passer in the NFL this season, just absolutely magnificent. So, yes, Miami, if you can go get Deshaun Watson, you go get the man. And unfortunately, it's a business, Tua. You got to go. But you can maybe back up. You can back up. We'll keep you as a backup if you want. Maybe we can make that work. So, Deshaun to Miami, I can get behind it. Alrighty, and then the last story to talk about, Kevin Durant is good to go today. His first game back. He was cleared yesterday, but the Nets didn't have a game. They are on nationally televised television today. I believe ESPN at like 8:30 or something. We'll check it out in a minute. But they got Nets Warriors today in Warriors, I believe. So KD, Kyrie, James Harden versus Steph and Draymond Green. Who's going to win it? Probably the Nets, but we'll see what happens. So Kevin Durant is finally good to go. Now can this Nets team get, lift off? Can they lift off of where they are right now? We'll see what happens. Alrighty, let's head over to the NBA. We'll quickly highlight what happened, and then we'll go a little bit deeper into the stats, and then we'll do our moneymaker for today's action. And, yeah, I think we'll be out of here after that. So here we go. Let me get this out. Here we go. Alrighty. So yesterday in the NBA, a lot of games on. Our moneymaker. Let's go to our moneymaker. Let's do that. We can start with that. Our moneymaker, we had a big old 4-teamer going last night. Hit 3 of 4. The Pelicans let us down, unfortunately, and they put up 130 points, and we took them +3. So, I mean, just going based off what they put up offensively, you would be thinking to yourself, hey, that Pelicans +3 must have hit if they put up 130 points, right? No, because they let up 143 against the Mavericks. So that was the only one that we were wrong by. Pelicans +3, truly unfortunate. We were buying them a little bit too much, and the Mavericks made us pay a little bit. Clippers -7, that was super easy, going against a very, very not good team. I think they win by like 19. Did they win by 19? Yes, they beat the Bulls by 19. We know this Bulls team isn't any true contenders, anything like that, so we felt very comfortable taking the Clippers -7, and they blew that out of the water. Even without Paul George, we were still confident that they would win by 7, and they win by 19. Jazz -2.5 against the Bucks. I mean, once again, kind of easy money there. We know this Bucks team isn't anything too great. We know they're good, they're decent, but they don't beat the best teams all the time. This Jazz team is so deep, way deeper than what the Bucks are, and they've got great beef down low, and they got great three-point shooters consistently, where we know the Bucks kind of lack in one of those categories in any really given game. So Jazz -2.5, they win by 14, easy money there. And then the last one, Blazers -3. We were riding the hot hand of Carmelo, Damian Lillard, and Gary Trent Jr., and I know at least 2 of those 3 stepped up in this game against the Cavs, because it's the Cavs. They've got nobody. So Blazers win by 19 over the Cavs. Only had to swallow 2.5 there, or 3.5. 3.5, and hey, we get it anyway. So unfortunate there. We expanded our moneymaker to a 4-teamer, and it kind of bit us in the butt with the Pelicans. Gosh darn. But we're gonna go 4 for 4, 3 for 3, 2 for 2, however many we like tonight. We're gonna take it and we're gonna hit them all. So get those wallets ready for the moneymaker today, folks. Alrighty, here we go, starting with Timberwolves and the Hornets, and, still no D'Lo for the Timberwolves, so we still got to get that back on track. Karl Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Williams, that could still work out decently, but very well done to the Hornets. Terry Rozier is stepping up once again this game, 2 back-to-back absolutely monster performances. The man had 16 points in the fourth quarter, really to kind of shut it out, and the Hornets get back on track here with the win, 120-114 over the Timberwolves. All right, Knicks and Wizards, and Russell Westbrook had a great game, but unfortunately Bradley Beal felt he needed to take the game off. Why is Bradley Beal taking the night off? You are against the Knicks. This is a team you should be able to beat, that you are capable of beating, and you have one of your 2 stars not play. That's absolutely unacceptable. I get, you're tired and you're carrying the load, and you could could potentially be traded, so the Wizards don't want to injure an asset, a trading piece. I get all of that, but right now you're trying to win, and having Bradley Beal sit on the sidelines, it's absolutely disgraceful. They could have beaten the Knicks. This was Russell Westbrook's only great game of the year. I don't even think he had that many turnovers, and he had 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists. Very well done. So we'll check the turnovers, but Russell Westbrook played great. You lost by 20 points. 18 points, and Bradley Beal could have easily made up those 18 points somewhere. So truly disappointed that the Wizards are resting some of their players, their one true starter, and they lose because of it. And it's kind of disappointing knowing where they are in the season, kind of giving up already. What are you gonna do? Alrighty, Spurs and the Hawks, and we advised y'all to stay away from this one. I think it was Hawks. Were they getting? I don't even know, honestly. I think it was either Hawks +4 or -4. I can't even remember. I would say Hawks -4, but I don't know. But yes, this is what we're talking about. The Spurs, the great game here. Fantastic game. Defense, offense, getting it done. They win 125-114 over the Hawks, and that's why, we can't really get a full judgment on the Spurs team, because we see games like this, a fantastic game on the road against a good kind of Hawks team that we are kind of big on, and they absolutely kind of demolish them. It didn't really seem that close watching it, and the Spurs just kind of won the game. So, 15-11 here for the Spurs. We are going to have to start, trying to track down what this team actually is. Are they actually good or not? Because I still don't even know. We talk about, the Spurs every day because we break down the games every day. So I still can't put my finger on the Spurs team, but they are 15-11. We may have to be showing them a little bit more love here. But great start here for the Spurs for this week. Maybe can get their way up into our power rankings on Friday. All right, Pelicans and the Mavericks, and this was the one that busted our moneymaker. The Pelicans put up 130 points, folks. What more do y'all want from them? Luka had a great game. Everything was going great. Kristaps Porzingis, I think the Mavericks hit 25 threes in this game. How do you stop that? You just don't. You just lose. You got to accept the loss on this one. So Mavericks, they can show the ability to put up so many points. They don't play a lot of defense, given the Pelicans putting up 130 still. So unfortunate, the Pelicans lose there. Just not enough firepower there, consistent firepower, and the Mavericks win 143-130. Clippers, Bulls, no Paul George, but it's just Kawhi Leonard and the crew getting it done. Zach LaVine, by his lonesome, cannot get it done. We know this on a consistent basis. So Clippers win 125-106 over the Bulls. Just nothing great by the Bulls. We'll see what Kobe White did. Did he have a great game? Did everybody else let him down? But we'll see what happens. Can't buy this Bulls team too much. Oh, man. Pistons beat another kind of decent team, the Celtics, 108-102. Once again, the Celtics didn't have Marcus Morris. They also didn't have Kemba Walker, who was out. So, Brad Stevens once again has to scramble around to kind of put up a starting lineup together. Unfortunately, couldn't get it done. Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown cannot get it done themselves. They need that extra third. They need a better big. They need somebody else consistent. They just don't have that. So, unfortunately, once again, we are not big on the Celtics team. Pistons get the win, and I think Blake Griffin had a great game, pretty good game. So, we'll have to kind of shout that man out when we get down to the stats. All right, Nuggets and Thunder. Nuggets getting the close win, 97-95. Closing out the game, we had who went off here? Will Barton hit a very, very clutch three to kind of put the game away. Thunder kind of inched it close. I think narrowed it down to a 3 or 2 point game, and then Will Barton's three extends it to 2-3 possessions, 5-6 point game late in the fourth quarter, 38 seconds left, where you can't come back from that. So very well done to the Nuggets getting the win. Once again, a little light on the scoring, only 97 points. So we see Jokic, with 22 off the rib. So we'll see what Jamal Murray is doing because, Michael Porter Jr. had a decent game as well. Is Jamal Murray still not stepping it up? We'll see what happens here. But the Nuggets get the win 97-95. Jazz in the Bucks. Jazz absolutely beating the Bucks, and it wasn't anything the Bucks weren't doing wrong. They shot the three decently. They were down low decently. Giannis, 8 on the boards. Everybody really 8 on the boards. It's just the Jazz are a little bit more consistent. They're a little bit more deeper on the bench, and they've got more consistent shooters from the three. So unfortunate for the Bucks. I don't see them beating an elite team. I don't see them really kind of beating elite teams consistently. And if they get past that first round of the playoffs, when they face the 7th or 8th seed, most likely the 7th, but when they face, a better opponent, the 5th, the 4th, the 3rd, the 1st seed, they can't win a 7-game series against really anybody in the East. Let's take a look at the schedule right now. Who do we feel comfortable that they can beat in a 7-game series in this East? They cannot beat the 76ers. Embiid will be eating down low. He will be stopping Giannis, and they've got better three-point shooters. So I can't see the Bucks beating the 76ers. I can't see the Bucks beating the Nets. That three-point shooting core is absolutely going to eat alive the Bucks. Now, Giannis may be having a great game in those series, but at the end of the day, his supporting cast is not going to be able to keep up with the three-point load and the clutchness that the Nets showed the ability to have. Kyrie, James Harden, Kevin Durant, all three of those players individually are clutch as heck on their own. You put them together, now how do you guard all those three options? So the Bucks, they can't beat the 1 seed 76ers. They can't beat the 3 seed Nets. They can beat the Celtics. That's easy money right there. The Bucks would beat the Celtics mostly all day. They would eat down low. Daniel Tice and Tristan Thompson and Robert Williams would not be able to handle Giannis at all. The only thing that the Celtics would kind of be better at is kind of the three-point shooting, and Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown would each have to go for like 30-plus every single one of those games in the 7-game series if they wanted a chance to beat the Bucks. So I would probably push it to like a 6-7 game series, Bucks-Celtics, and I think the Celtics have the ability to upset the Bucks, but I would put money on the Bucks winning that series in the end. So they may be able to beat the Celtics. Pacers, they would be able to beat fine. I don't like the Pacers at all. The Hornets, they would probably beat the Hornets, unfortunately. Cody Zeller, the three-point shooting of the Hornets is not up to kind of the standard as the other elite teams here in the East. The Raptors would probably play them decently close, depending on how they're streaking at the moment. Is Siakam on? Is Norman Powell on? Because if those two players were on, especially Fred VanVleet, Bam Adebayo would be able, or not Bam Adebayo. Who's the big on the Raptors? Blanking on the name. OG Anunoby, yeah. He would kind of be decent against the Bucks down low. Decent. Knicks, probably no shot to Heat. I mean, we saw that last season in the playoffs. They could definitely do that. So, yeah, kind of these bottom half teams, Pacers, Hornets, Raptors, Knicks, the Bucks would be able to beat them, but after round one, half of these teams are going to be out, So they can't beat the Nets, they can't beat the Sixers, and if they would have to face, they wouldn't even face the Celtics in the second round. First round, they would beat the Raptors, I think, kind of handily, probably 5 or 6 games. And then in the second round, they would have to face the Nets. And after that point, it's game over. And then, if they do somehow pull off the miracle of beating the Nets, they have to face the 76ers. And at that time, Giannis is already done from, going to the paint every game here in the regular season and in the 14 games that they probably played already at this point, because they are going to be going 6-7 games. So not great here. Not great here by the Bucks. Cannot see them winning a ring, honestly. Unfortunate. It's unfortunate because Giannis is great, but let's get back to the game here. Jazz getting the win, 129-115 over the Bucks. We'll go a little bit deeper into the stats in a second, but yeah, the Bucks, man, they're just they're not elite. They're solid. They're not elite. Alrighty, Lakers beating the Grizzlies 115-105. They were down super early, folks. I mean, the Lakers struggled right out of the gate. I mean, the Grizzlies were up like 22-2 with like 7 minutes left in the first quarter. The Lakers could not score any points at all in the first quarter, but they ended up sticking with it. They get the job done. LeBron's clutch, AD's clutch, Kyle Kuzma had a great game, and they get it done right in time in the fourth quarter to seal off a 10-point win over the Grizzlies. Blazers, Cavs. Blazers getting the win 129-110 over the Cavs. It's the Cavs. They've got nobody great, nobody special here on this team. Jared Allen's fine. Andre Drummond's fine. Colin Sexton, 25 points this game, which is good. Finally, back to kind of the 25-plus points of or the 20-plus, 25 points here that we expect and want to see from Colin Sexton on a nightly basis. So very well done to Colin Sexton. Unfortunately, just doesn't have that other superstar on his team to kind of help him out a little bit. So they lose that game. And then the last game, Magic and the Kings, and the Kings had no De'Aaron Fox or Marvin Bagley, so, I mean, we expect the Kings to lose this game. Valanciunas, without Marvin Bagley down low, was eating all game, could not be stopped. He went off for 42 points, so. Alrighty, let's go a little bit deeper into these stats now. Who didn't do good? Who stepped up? Who should we be buying more? Let's see what we got. So let's go back at the top here. Timberwolves and the Hornets. Let's start here with the Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns, 25 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, shot 50% and 5 of 8 from the 3. So Karl Anthony Towns is slowly getting back into the rhythm here, missing basically the entire season already. But he's back. He's better than ever. Well, not better than ever, but he's getting back on track. And once the D'Angelo Russell gets back, they will be decent. I don't know if they'll be good, but they'll be decent. Malik Beasley had a fantastic game, 31 points, 5 rebounds on 57% shooting. And so did Anthony Edwards. The rookie's doing real good out here. 21 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 42% shooting, 43 rounded up. So very well done to some of these starters. Decent contributions off the bench, nothing extravagant. Jaden McDaniels, 9 points, 4 rebounds, pretty decent there. Naz Reid at 7 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, pretty decent there. And let's shout out Jordan McLaughlin. 6 points, 7 assists. That's not bad. And 4 steals. So absolutely very good, actually. So very well done to the Timberwolves. Unfortunately, the Hornets had a little bit of a better night. What do we get here? Terry Rozier, he just went off. I mean, the man just went off. This is the second straight game where he went off. 41 points, 3 assists, 7 rebounds on 65% shooting, 6 of 10 from the 3. Absolutely magnificent. Gordon Hayward, 14 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds. Cody Zeller, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Very well done there. LaMelo Ball, 20 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists on 53% shooting. This is what we love to see by LaMelo Ball. Get this man in the All-Star game. Got to see him in there. This Hornets team doing really good. And then Miles Bridges off the bench, 11 points and 10 rebounds. I mean, what more do you want from this squad? Very well done. We're big on this Hornets team. They're beating the easier teams. They're beating the teams that they should be, and we respect it. Got to see them start to beating the better teams if we want to see them in the top 10 and like them even more than what they are. But we'll see. They can definitely kind of flourish if they got another piece in the trade deadline. I think they would need like another, I don't know what they're missing. Maybe another big off the bench. Maybe. They've got some great shooters, obviously. Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, LaMelo Ball. These mans can shoot. Malik Monk, Miles Bridges, great off the bench. I don't really know what they're missing. Probably another big, I would say. Another beef piece. Maybe another forward, a beefier forward for defense. We'll see. We'll see what they do at the trade deadline. Alrighty, here we go. Knicks and the Wizards. Let's go to the Knicks now, getting the win. Love to see it. Very well done. Julius Randle, absolutely magnificent game here. 24 points, 18 rebounds. Absolutely fantastic. RJ Barrett, not a great game. 8 points, 4 assists. All right. Mitchell Robinson, 10 points, 14 rebounds. Once again, just eating on the boards. I mean, you've got, 32? 32 rebounds between 2 players on the starting lineup. That's absolutely fantastic. Alfred Payton, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. But look at this bench contribution from Derrick Rose. Love it. 14 points, 6 assists, 4 steals, 3 rebounds. Yes, sir. He's used in only 19 minutes, 20 minutes of play out here, and he had an incredible stat line. This Knicks team, man, Derrick Rose is the perfect fit for him off the bench here. This is fantastic. Him working with Emmanuel quickly off the bench, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist by that man as well. So very, very well done. And they got Nerlens Noel. I mean, look at the second team. Derrick Rose, Emmanuel quickly, Nerlens Noel, Obi Toppin. He put up 8 points and 3 rebounds. This team is pretty deep, and they still got Taj Gibson, who got in the game for 12 minutes, 6 points, 3 rebounds. I mean, this team is really deep. They don't really have a superstar. They've got some, I don't want to say all-stars. What's below all-stars? Superstar, all-star, star. But Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, definitely rising stars here. Emmanuel Quickly, rising star. Obi Toppin, rising star. Nerlens Noel, he's been in the league for a couple seasons, got passed around, never really hit his stride and hit his maximum potential. I think it was a first-round pick, but never really panned out to what he could do. And then Derrick Rose, unfortunately, injuries kind of ending his career a little bit earlier, ending his prime a little bit earlier. But hey, they've got some nice pieces here. Austin Rivers, he only played 2 minutes, and they still got Kevin Knox. I mean, this team is decently deep, folks. Not with any great talent, but a lot of can get it done. A lot of role-playing talent, rising, aspiring stars here. So definitely got to watch out for this Knicks team. They're currently not in the playoffs. No, they are. They're the 8th seed right now. I would love to see the Knicks in the playoffs. Absolutely. As we said, it's real tough in this East. I mean, you've got the Hawks, the Heat, and the Knicks. I would really say those are the 3 teams fighting for kind of that last spot there in the playoffs at number 8 seed. Can't really see the Bulls getting it. Can't see the Magic getting it. Really can't see the Cavs getting it either. So it's really going to come down to Knicks, Heat, Hawks, Raptors, Hornets, Pacers, Celtics, all fighting for 4-10, really, all separated between really only 2.5 games. So going to come down to the wire here in the East between a couple of teams, and I'm all for it. I would love to see the Hawks, Trae Young, Clint Capella. Heat, obviously super deep. Jimmy Butler can get it done. Could possibly, if they get it back on track here like they did in the bubble, they could possibly get back to the finals. And the Knicks, obviously, as we've been saying, are getting better. Alrighty, let's go to the Wizards now. As we said, Bradley Beal did not play this game, so he left Russell Westbrook alone on the floor. 23 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds, 5 turnovers, so still a little high. 0-4 from 3. Little decently high still on the turnovers. Got to knock those down to 3. I would tolerate 3 turnovers a game from Russell Westbrook if he's putting up 23, 10, and 9. I would forgive 3, but no more than 3. And I would like some games with 1 or none and 2, but not just 3 alone. Any more than 3, we can't be having that. And Russell Westbrook always has more than 3. He usually always has 6, only has 5 here. But unfortunate there. Never had that second elite score. So Russell Westbrook was the leading scorer with 23 points. The second leading scorer was 14, Garrison Matthews. This third highest leading scorer was 10 points by Rui Hachimura and Troy Brown Jr. off the bench. Then we got 9 points by David Bertans, 5 rebounds by him as well. And Alex Len, the center, at 8 points, 4 rebounds. So really just nothing great on this team. They shot the 3 absolutely awfully. Only 9 made. You're not going to win making 9 threes. So we know this Wizards team isn't anything good. Bradley Beal sitting out last night is absolutely unacceptable, honestly. Unless he's being traded, then I get it. But if he's not getting traded. Alrighty, let's move on here. Spurs and the Hawks. All right, who stepped up on the Spurs team? Well, all the starters were doing pretty damn good here. DeJounte Murray, 16 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. All right, shot well too, 53% from the field. Derek White, 11 points, 4 assists, shot 60%, only played 16 minutes there as well. Jacob Poeltl, 14 points, 12 rebounds. Keldon Johnson, 20 points. DeMar DeRozan, 23 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. So all the starters stepping up, and then they got great contributions off the bench. Lonnie Walker, 11 points. Patty Mills, 12 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Very well done. Rudy Gay, 5 points. Drew Eubanks, 5 points. Devin Vessel, 3 points. Now we're talking about 3 points, so let's stop that. Got to see some double-digit scores off the bench, or like 8 or 9. But yeah, the Spurs team, all the starters getting it done. Decent defense to kind of hold the Hawks to only, what did they put up, 114? Alrighty, let's talk about the Hawks now. Trae Young, 25 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. Definitely light on everything but the points there. 25 points on 53% shooting is fantastic. 2 of 6 from 3 is not terrible. But the 3 assists and 1 rebound, that's definitely, not Trae Young's game. A little out of his element there. Clint Capella, 14 points, 11 rebounds, so a little bit better there. John Collins, 9 points, 6 rebounds. Cam Reddish, 6 points. Wow, they actually got some good contributions off their bench, actually. Not used to really seeing that. Brandon Goodwin, 13 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. That's pretty damn good. And Skyler Mays, 20 points, 3 assists on 16 minutes of play, 70% from the field. Yes, sir. Alrighty. Skyler Mays. This could be be the answer of the Hawks, folks. They really just need one consistent. He's a rookie too. All right, let's shout this man out. Give him some credit here. Rookie. Second round pick. All right. Keep that scoring up. We definitely need a better bench scorer for this Hawks team. That's kind of what they're missing. All righty. Not terrible. Not terrible. They still lose the game because the starters really didn't do anything great. Trae Young, 25 points. Clint Capella, 14 points. That's why we love this team. But then we get 5 from Kevin Huerter, 9 by John Collins, 6 by Cam Reddish. I mean, what are we doing here? What is this? 20 points by everybody else besides Trae Young and Clint Capella off the starting roster. Not getting it done. Never will get it done like that. Alrighty, let's move on to Pelicans and the Mavs. And, man, everybody was scoring in this game, and everybody was hitting threes. I mean, oh, my goodness. When we get to the freaking Mavs threes, Jesus. Alrighty, let's start here with the Pelicans, though. Brandon Ingram, 30 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Fantastic. That's what we're seeing by this man consistently this season, so we love it. Zion Williamson shot 93%, folks. He missed 1 three-pointer. That was his one miss of the night, and he put up 36 points and 4 assists. I mean, the man is fantastic. He is the new Blake Griffin. So we'll see. Can he win a ring? We know Blake Griffin can never win a ring. Could he get to the championship or conference championship game? Because we never saw Blake Griffin get to the conference championship anyway. So we'll see how that plays out. But Zion Williamson is absolutely killing it this season. Steven Adams, a little lackluster. 4 points, 4 rebounds. Got to be a little bit better out there. Eric Bledsoe, 16 points. Lonzo Ball, 12 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. All right, shot 33%. That's where it starts to come into question. 4 of 12 from the field is just not going to get it done. 4 of 10 from 3. I guess it's not bad when you put it into that perspective. 10 threes he took. Unfortunate there. Everybody else was eating, though. You know, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, so not terrible. Willie Hanana Gomez, 10 points off the bench, 9 rebounds as well. JJ Redick, 11 points off the bench. So decent scoring here by the Pelicans. Definitely can see Lonzo step it up a tad more, 12 points. We got to definitely see him in the 15 to 20 point range, keeping up with the 7+ assists and 6, 7+ rebounds. So not bad there, but definitely well done to Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram, both putting up 30+ points. Absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, the Mavericks did it a little bit better. They had a 40-point performance and a 36-point performance. Alrighty, so Luka Doncic, 46 points, 12 assists, 8 rebounds. Fantastic game by him. What else is new? Kristaps Porzingis, 36 points, 7 rebounds. Fantastic. And Dorian Finney-Smith, 14 points, 5 rebounds. Tim Hardaway Jr. off the bench, 8 points, no rebounds, no assists, no steals. Unfortunate. We have been seeing him have really good bench games these last 3 or 4 games. Just kind of little lackluster here tonight. I understand, not a lot of points to be had other than the 46 and the 36. But, and then Jalen Brunson off the bench, 13 points. So just Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis doing their things, folks. It's really kind of incredible. Definitely incredible what Luka Doncic is doing. Kristaps Porzingis is having, good game, bad game, good game, bad game. But Luka, a man, is balling out every single game, so we give him a lot of credit for that. Alrighty, let's go to Clippers and Bulls now. And Kawhi Leonard without Paul George, 33 big old points. Fantastic. 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Shot 1 of 6 from 3, so not the best there. Serge Ibaka, 9 points, 5 rebounds, just being the nice beef down low. Reggie Jackson, 11 points. Zubac, 12 points off the bench. Lou Williams, 17 points off the bench. Marcus Morris, 20 points off the bench and 6 rebounds. Yes, sir. This man's having a real great season, folks. So this Clippers team is fine. They're very deep. I mean, look at this. Zubac, Lou Williams, Marcus Morris, all off the bench. And if you have Paul George, then, Patrick Beverly comes off the bench or Reggie Jackson comes off the bench. So, all right. The Bulls now. Zach LaVine, 26 points, leading scorer. Anybody doubt that? No. Second leading scorer with 17 was Kobe White and Thomas Satoransky off the bench. So not bad there. Kobe White trying to do what he did in their last performance. Couldn't quite get there. Only 17, not the 30. Garrett Temple, 10 points. Thaddeus Young off the bench, 14 points, 6 rebounds. Looks that he is kind of increasing his minutes off the bench as well, trying to get this lineup, this rotation figured out a little bit, trying to do something to win games. Unfortunately, it is still not working. So Bulls, they need that other superstar. They've only got the one superstar. Kobe White is emerging. Definitely, he's had a past couple, 2-3 games that were very good. Second year in the league, but he's not a superstar at this current moment like Zach LaVine is. So, Bulls, a little lackluster there. They definitely need the second superstar. So we'll see if they do anything at the trade deadline. Probably won't, but we'll see. Alrighty, Pistons and the Celtics here. Let's start with the Celtics because we saw that Brad Stevens, he switched around the lineup 2 games ago, and it worked out very decently, very well actually. And then this game yesterday, they have no Kemba Walker, so they have to readjust the starting lineup again. They put Peyton Pritchard in the starting lineup, and he did not work out at all, folks. 2 points and 3 rebounds and 1 assist at the starting guard position. That will not get it done. Kemba Walker is definitely better than that. He's not great or consistent, but he's better than Peyton Pritchard. I will say that. Alrighty, Jalen Brown, 27 points and 6 rebounds. Jason Tatum, 33 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Both of those stars doing what they're supposed to be doing. Absolutely love it. Semi Ojeleye here, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He's the one that we liked in the starting forward position here. Daniel Tice still the starting center, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 4 offensive, so let's give it up for him. But just once again, no great bench scoring. Tristan Thompson, 2 points. Tristan Thompson, 4 points. Javonte Green, 7 points. Jeff Teague, 8 points. Grant Williams, 1. It's not great bench. They're not that deep. And besides Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum, there's nothing great on this team. No great bigs, no great point guards, nothing, no great bench. It's just a really below average team besides those 2 stars. They do have a great coach that can kind of scheme and rotate his way to some decent victories, as we saw 2 games ago, but they definitely need Kemba Walker back. I need to see Taco Fall. There's no reason Taco Fall should not be getting in the game when there's so much dysfunction in their kind of starting rotation. Get Taco Fall into the game. We need to see more of him. Obviously, Brad Stevens gets to see him every day in practice, and I don't, so obviously there's something wrong there, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not hearing about it, and I want to see him play. He looks great. He looks great every time I see him out there, but I don't know what's going on with that. Alrighty, the Pistons able to get a win, and Delon Wright, 22 points, very well done. And look at this, Saddiq Bey, the rookie, off the bench, 30 points, 12 rebounds. He shot 83% from the field and 7 of 7 from 3. Fantastic game. That's why they won the game, folks. Saddiq Bey finally emerged here for the Pistons. We'll see if he's able to kind of replicate this performance, if he's able to kind of get upgraded into the starting lineup. He's a rookie. This Pistons team has nothing left to lose. They won't make the playoffs. They're already down bad already, so it's not great. Alrighty, who else do we get here? Blake Griffin, a decent game by him. Not a great game, but decent game. 12 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. That's a solid game by him. 3 of 6 from 3, so not bad. He's still taking a lot of threes, but he hit more this game, so we can kind of forgive it a little bit. Still more threes taken than rebounds gotten. Unfortunate. Jeremy Grant, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Once again, not terrible by him. It was really just Saddiq Bey stepping it up, because if he doesn't put up the 30 points, they lose the game. Absolutely. Already close by the Celtics, and nobody else can consistently put up points for this Pistons team, which we know. So Pistons get the win over the Celtics. Fade the Celtics big, folks. At least until Marcus Smart comes back, and then maybe we can start buying them a little bit more. But even then, it's just nothing great. Alrighty, the Thunder. Let's start with them. Thunder and the Nuggets. We'll start with the Thunder. No Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and they would still made it competitive. That's not a great sign for the Nuggets there. Luguentz Dort is still kind of getting started here this season. 15 points by him. He's in the starting guard position. Usually he plays the forward, but with all their kind of outs of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they are kind of switching around the lineup a little bit. Hamidou Diallo, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Al Horford, 16 points, 5 rebounds, led the scores on the starting roster with 16. Same thing with Diallo. Darius Bazley, 7 points and 7 rebounds. And Kenrich Williams, 7 points, 9 assists, and 11 rebounds. What a really great performance by him, honestly. That's actually really good. Points is a little low, but he didn't take a lot of shots, and he was a dog everywhere else on the floor. So we respect it. And then Justin Jackson off the bench, 20 points and 3 rebounds. Not bad. And 3 assists. Not bad. Thunder definitely need that superstar. If Shai Gilgeous-Alexander played, they probably win the game. But even, with him in the starting lineup, they still don't have that superstar. Al Horford's an aging big out of this league. Dort and Diallo, definitely, emerging stars, but they're, nowhere close to consistent. Alrighty, the Nuggets now. Jamal Murray, 22 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Great night by him. 42% from the field and 3 of 11 from 3. Not great from the 3, but from the field is not bad. And he still put up 22 points, so we respect it. Jokic, 22 points, 9 assists, 13 rebounds. Very well done. Michael Porter Jr., 15 points, 4 rebounds, 1 of 6 from 3. Little light on him. Got to start to see him hitting those threes a little bit more consistently, but he can really score pretty easily. He's a great forward there. Nice tall forward, a great shooting stroke, but the threes definitely got to be a little bit more consistent there. And the problem with the Nuggets in this game, they just didn't have that big bench scorer there. Monte Morris only 7 points. R.J. Hampton only 7 points off the bench. JaMychal Green 2 points but 7 rebounds off the bench. That's decent play there. Once again, not seeing Bol. A little interesting there. Bol and Taco Fall, I don't understand why they're not getting more play, especially early in the season when you can start playing around with the lineups a little bit. Like, let's experiment so when it comes down time to, the back half of the season when you have to make the playoff push or want to try and get that number 1 seed push for positioning in the playoffs, then you really start to lock it down. But now you can't play Bol. You can't start playing Bol and getting him incorporated into the starting lineup like midway into the season. You've lost your opportunity for that. So I'm a little disappointed, definitely with the Nuggets here not playing Bol. And Brad Stevens, there's no reason why you can't have Taco Fall out there. Tristan Thompson, Robert Williams, and Daniel Tice, they're not showing anything great, so why not have Taco Fall in there for one game? I'll never understand it. Like I said, obviously the coaches see these players in practice every single day. They make the decisions. I get it, but let me, the fan, let me see it. I want to see it. Let me in practice. Brad Stevens, invite me to practice. We'll figure it out. We'll evaluate them together. Maybe you're just not seeing it right. All right. All right. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, decent game by Jokic. 22 points. He shot 2 of 7 from 3. 13 rebounds. Classic game by him. So they sneak away with the win here. Yeah, sneak away with the win. Yep. All right. 97-95 Nuggets. Alrighty, moving on to Jazz and the Bucks. Let's start here with the Jazz. Donovan Mitchell, 26 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds on 30%. Oh my God, that's not good. 1 of 9 from 3, 11%. Woof! Luckily, everybody else was stepping up too. So, his 1 of 9 can go a little unnoticed a little bit. Joe Ingles steps up huge in this starting lineup, and I love to see that. He usually does step up a lot when he's in the starting lineup. So absolutely love this man. 27 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, but he shot 7 of 9 from 3. Yes, sir. Rudy Gobert. Yes, sir. Another consistent big piece here. 27 points, 12 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds. So, he wasn't getting locked up. These bigs here for the Jazz were not getting locked up down low by Giannis and Brook Lopez, and that's what we know. Rudy Gobert can play good defense on bigs that don't stretch the floor, and that's why they win this game against the Bucks. That's why we took the Jazz minus 2.5, 3.5, whatever it was, because we know Rudy Gobert can guard the bigs that can't hit the threes or mid-range jumpers. Brook Lopez can, but he's not a big force on this team. You don't really have to be guarding him that much. And Giannis, he can't hit the threes, so you don't even have to guard him. So Rudy Gobert can beat the Bucks single-handedly. 1v5, Rudy Gobert can do it all. Royce O'Neal, once again, no points, but 10 rebounds, and he was a plus 15. Plus 15, when you put up no points yourself, that's pretty damn good. That's what Royce O'Neal is to this team. A great number, a great 4 for this team, a great beef defensive piece, a Draymond, if you will, and this is what he brings to the table. So, great beef down low with Rudy Gobert, Royce O'Neal getting the boards, playing great defense. Bojan Bogdanovic, 9 points, 3 rebounds. Not terrible. Shot 30%. Little terrible. Alrighty, and Jordan Clarkson, once again, 6th man of the year, hands down. Here it is again, 25 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds off the bench. Shot very well, 4 of 11 from 3, 55% overall. And Derek Favors, 10 points, 6 rebounds. So what more can you ask for? No Mike Conley. They still get it done. Jordan Clarkson still gets it done. Donovan Mitchell shoots very, very poorly, and they still put up the points and still get it done. You just can't. The Bucks cannot win, folks. I don't know what it is. The threes, the free throw shooting. It's always something. And it wasn't even the threes this game. They still hit 12. And the Jazz only hit 14. So it wasn't like a big 3-point barrage. It was just they were able to kind of get down low and not be beat down low. They weren't going to be beat by the threes either because they can defend the threes and they can shoot the three better than the Bucks can. So let's start breaking down these stats. Now we'll start here with Giannis. 29 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 1 of 2 from the 3, 60% overall. So very well done by Giannis. Great game by him. A very, very kind of usual game by him. This is what you can expect on a nightly basis. So, Giannis doing what he does. Chris Middleton, a little light here, 18 points. He's got to be in the 20-point range. Yes, Brook Lopez is putting up 23 points and 6 rebounds, which is absolutely fantastic, but they definitely need Chris Middleton to be, the guy. If the big three is Giannis and Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton, that's fine, but Chris Middleton needs to establish himself as the number 2 and not the number 3 here, as he's the number 3 leading scorer in this game for the squad. And also Dante DiVincenzo and Brian Forbes definitely need to be stepping it up. They cannot be only putting up 5 points. That will not get it done. They're shooting poorly. 22% by Dante DiVincenzo, 33% by Brian Forbes. And, Dante DiVincenzo had a great start to this season, but he's really been floundering this last 4 or 5 games here. And it's very concerning to me because he was kind of their three-pointer, the great kind of scorer that he can be. He can get you the 15 a night if you need it, and that's what this team is missing. You can count on 25 plus from Giannis. You can usually count on 20 plus from Chris Middleton. Brook Lopez even kind of gives you 20 plus a game. But Dante DiVincenzo, he's got to start stepping it up a little bit more here. Alrighty, DJ Augustine off the bench, 12 points, very well done, and Bobby Portis 15 points off the bench with 5 rebounds. So it's just not consistent by the starters. Is that what we're going to classify it as? Not great by the starters. It was still kind of a blowout, a 14-point win. That's a blowout win, folks. And it wasn't the threes. They were the same there. What was the field goal percentage like? They did shoot about 7% better than the Bucks. It's just, man. Rebounds, what was the rebound totals? 33 for the Bucks, 46 by the Jazz. That's probably it right there. Man, Bucks, man, we never buy them. There's a reason why we had the Jazz at the number 1 seed and the Bucks at, what do we got them at? I think the number 6. What do we got the Bucks at officially? Number 6 seed. There's a reason why we feel so strongly on the Jazz, and this is why we can't move up the Bucks, because they cannot beat the good teams, the better teams, the top teams consistently, and it's concerning, folks. It is. I want to root for Giannis. I definitely do, but they're not showing us great wins out here. I forgot we have a clip from this Jazz-Bucks game, but it highlights the Jazz, so no green flag for the Bucks here in this game. But just watch the ball movement. This is why they only have 5 losses, folks, because they all play for each other. They all try to make the extra pass to get the better shot. They all trust each other. Nobody wants to be the guy to take the shot, even though they all can take the shot and make the shot. So we're going to get a nice little clip here. Just watch the ball movement, folks. It's absolutely incredible. So here we go. The ball is starting here in the corner here. He's going to dribble, pass it all the way. He's going to behind the back pass it to Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell's going to palm the ball and hold it so Joe Ingles can get back to where the ball started from at the other side of the court. Once again, just look at these passes. And first of all, that one behind the back is absolutely fantastic. And then this palm of Donovan Mitchell, who's able just to sling it full freaking court, cross court from one side of the three to the other side of the three, and then Joe Ingles with the hand in his face, catch and shoot, cashes out the three. I mean, that's the Jazz, folks. That's the Jazz. They're all freaking great. Can't beat them. 5 losses. What can you do? Alrighty, let's go to Lakers and Grizzlies now. And this Lakers team got absolutely outscored in the first quarter. It was like 22-2 at one point. It could have been like 30-4 at one point as well. It just was not going well for the Lakers in the first quarter, but they turn it around, they stick with it, and they get the job done. So here we go. LeBron James, 28 points, 8 assists, 9 rebounds, 60% shooting. Anthony Davis, 35 points, 9 rebounds, 59% shooting. Marc Gasol, only 6 points and 2 rebounds. KCP 3 points, but he only took 2 shots. Dennis Schroeder 2 points. Once again, he only took 4 shots, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Anthony Davis, LeBron James getting most of the scoring, and then Kyle Kuzma off the bench, 20 points and 10 rebounds on 57% shooting. Didn't shoot great from the 3, 2 of 8 for 25%, but he still was putting up the points, so we can kind of forgive it a little bit. And then Montrezl Harrell, he says, "Oh, y'all are getting points, y'all are getting points, y'all are getting points too. Well, I'm getting points too off the bench. It doesn't matter if LeBron's going for 35 or Anthony Davis is going for 35. LeBron's going for 28. Kyle Kuzma is going for 20. I'm still going to get mine." And he puts up 14 points and 7 rebounds in 16 minutes off the bench. And Montrezl Harrell, he is the unsung hero on this Lakers team, so we got to shout him out here. Very, very great night by him. Nobody else could step it up. Marc Gasol couldn't get the points. KCP couldn't get the points. Dennis Schroeder couldn't get the points. Talen Horton-Tucker couldn't get the points. But Montrezl Harrell steps up and he does. So very well done by him. Alrighty, the Grizzlies, they floundered a little bit. We see Grayson Allen in the starting lineup here. He got out to a good start, but he ended decently as well. Kind of some 2 extra threes. And I don't want to say garbage time, but it was garbage time if they couldn't come back to win, and they couldn't come back to win, so that's why it was garbage time. Unfortunate. So Ja Morant, 22 points, 10 assists. Great job there. Didn't shoot well, 39% from the field, 7 of 18. Grayson Allen, 23 points, 6 of 10 from the 3, 61% overall. He had a great start to the game, and he had a real great end. The middle, though, kind of where he got beat a little bit. But can he sustain a starting lineup role? We'll see how it is, but definitely impressive here. I believe this is his first start in the starting lineup, so what a great performance by that. We have to give it up to him. Jonas Valenciunis, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Great performance by him. Unfortunately, AD down low, getting it done. Marc Gasol just able to kind of be a little bit better, lock him down a little bit. And then Dylan Brooks, he started out good in this game, but didn't end very well. Only 12 points and no rebounds. That's not great. 38% overall. Kyle Anderson, once again, not great shooting. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. That's decent there, but 28% shooting, 0 of 3 from 3. So really just the big 3 here. Morant, Allen, and Valanciunas trying their all, but they really didn't get help from anywhere else. So unfortunate there. So this Grizzlies team is definitely interesting. I definitely do want to keep an eye on them. Like we've said, they've all their games have been very postponed. Let's kind of see where they are compared. I mean, they've only got 21 games played, where I believe everywhere else is like 26, 26, 27, 25, 26, 27, 26, 27, 25, 25, 25, 27, 27, 26. Even the Wizards got 23 games played. But this Grizzlies team, they've only got, 21 games played. Everybody else has way more games played than them. So they're a little behind the curve on that, but that's no fault of their own. So they've got a lot of games to make up for. They're currently the 11th seed, can definitely make the playoff push. If Ja Morant really starts to take that next consistent step like Trae Young has, with Valanciunis, that could be as deadly as, Trae Young and Clint Capella. And they got Grayson Allen as a great number 3, and Dylan Brooks, who can definitely step it up even more. So this is an interesting Grizzlies team here. They lose to the Lakers, unfortunately, but we're not going to put too much stake into this Lakers or this Grizzlies loss, because it's definitely an interesting team to kind of watch out for. They're decently, not even that decently deep. Now that Grayson Allen's not off the bench, they got a great starting roster. We'll leave it at that. So that was Grizzlies and Lakers. Let's go on to Trailblazers and the Cavs. Let's go to the Blazers first. Damian Lillard, 20 points, 9 assists, 3 rebounds. Very well done by him. Little lackluster shooting night, only 0 of 6, so very not good there. But he still puts up 20 points. Gary Trent Jr., leading scorer, very well done, 26 points, shot 4 of 6 from 3, 66% overall. Enes Kanter, 21 points and 13 rebounds. Love to see that man thriving here. Derrick Jones Jr., once again, he didn't take a lot of shots, only 2 shots all game. So, that's why he only had 5 points, but 5 rebounds, no assists. He was a great defender. Wow, look at that. Great defense. Plus 24 in the plus minus and only 19 minutes of play. So not bad by him, but he could be a lot better. He can be a lot better. But he is kind of just getting started here. What is he, 3 years in? 4 years. Oh, even worse than I thought. But his athleticism, it's great to watch, folks. It is truly great. But got to be a little bit better on kind of some of the stat categories. Obviously, he's playing great defense, so, let's not knock him too much. But, just he can be a little bit better. He can be better. He could be a lot better. All right, what else do we get here? Carmelo Anthony, 23 large points. Love it. Anthony Simmons, 16 points, folks. This Blazers team could be real dangerous. When CJ McCollum comes back and Yusuf Nurkic comes back and Zach Collins comes back, oof, they are going to be deep as heck. They would probably be the deepest team in the league. Folks, Nurkic comes back, McCollum comes back. That means Gary Trent Jr. goes down to the bench. That means Enes Kanter goes down to the bench. So now your bench is looking like, or maybe even Derrick Jones Jr. goes to the bench. But either way, let's have Gary Trent Jr. going down to the bench. Who cares? This is going to be their bench. Carmelo Anthony, Enes Kanter, Gary Trent Jr., Anthony Simons, Rodney Hood, Harry Giles III. What more can you need? What more do y'all want? This would be the deepest roster in the league once they get everybody healthy, and it's going to be dangerous. It is going to be dangerous. Is Yusuf Nurkic out for the season? Is that right? I don't think that's right. Can we get a little update on his injury? What's going on with that? I might have to Google him. Let's go to Blazers.com. They got anything good here? What's your website looking like? Let me search. Yusuf Nurkic. Yusuf Nurkic. I don't even know how the hell to spell his last name, but they got it right there. Alrighty, breaks right wrist out indefinitely. So that was January 15th. So just a broken wrist. So it's not like a torn ACL. So he should be good. This was January 15th. Definitely gonna miss like 2 to 3 months to recover from that. 4 months? Is that too much? 2 to 3 months. So January to February 15th, 1 month. March 15th, 2 months. January, February, March. April 15th, 3 months. That's 3 months. January, February, March, April, May, June. I think the finals is going to start probably late May, early June because of the shorter schedule this season. But he could definitely get back in time for the playoffs. I'm hoping for. So, all right, this is promising. It's only a broken right wrist. Nothing too bad. Obviously, a broken wrist is bad, but yeah. Alrighty. So, what else we got to talk about here? Did we talk about this other team, the Cavs? All right, let's talk about the Cavs, and then we'll move on to the last game. Colin Sexton, 25 points, led the team in scoring. Very well done. 5 assists to go along with that. So, not bad there. Darius Garland, 17 points, but everybody else could not get it done. Andre Drummond, only 8 points and 5 rebounds. Meh. Teron Prince, 4 points. Isaac Okoro, no points. But Jared Allen off that bench, folks. Love it, love it, love it. 22 points and 6 rebounds and 2 assists and 1 steal and 2 blocks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jared Allen. Love this man. Get this man on a starting, competing roster, please. Please. I do not want to see. He was with the Nets when they were bad. They traded him when they got good. Now he's with the Cavs when they're bad again. And they may be, having him for a long while, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens. Get Jarrett Allen off the Cavs. But yeah, that's the Cavs. I mean, nothing great. 8 3-pointers made. Not going to get it done. Alrighty, and then the last game of the night, the Kings and the Magic. We'll start with the Kings because they did not have De'Aaron Fox or Marvin Bagley, and so we would not expect them to win. Buddy Hield still had a decent game here. 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Tyrese Halliburton steps up in the starting lineup now because De'Aaron Fox is not there. And he had a pretty good night. 14 points, 7 assists, 1 steal, 3 rebounds, and 27 minutes to play. 50% from the field. Very well done by him. He's been great off the bench, and he steps up in the role of the starting point guard, and he thrives. Very well done. Love to see that. Raquan Holmes, 10 points, 7 rebounds. Harrison Barnes, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Glenn Robinson, 3 points. 3 measly points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Some solid bench play. Holy moly. 3 players all in double digits off the bench. Love seeing that. Nemanja Bjelica, 15 points, 6 assists, 9 rebounds off the bench in 28 minutes. Fantastic. Corey Joseph, 12 points, 5 assists. Hassan Whiteside, 16 points, 7 rebounds, all off the bench. Their bench was fantastic. Unfortunate that Vucevic had a 42-point game. That's unfortunate. Vucevic, 42 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists on 77% shooting. Michael Carter-Williams, 21 points, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds. So, damn, that was good as well. James Ennis contributes 10 points. Terrence Ross off the bench contributes 18 points and 4 assists and 5 rebounds. So, Vucevic having a great game. He always thrives without Aaron Gordon off the floor. So, now that Aaron Gordon is, injured and going to be out for, 3-4 weeks, Vucevic is having great games all of a sudden, and there is correlation between those two things. Alrighty, that was the NBA from last night. Let's see what we got on tap today. Any primetime games? Yes, sir. We got 5 games, so 5 games to choose from in our moneymaker. Little light, but we'll try to find some good value there. 3 o'clock, 76ers and the Suns. Going to be a fantastic game. This is going to be great. Watch this one if you can. It's going to be on NBA TV. But the 76ers on the road, can Joel Embiid and DeAndre Ayton, who's going to win that matchup? Who did the 76ers just lose to? They just lost to the Blazers. All right. So hopefully they don't lose 2 in a row here, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully the Suns can continue their little win streak they're on. I think they're on like a little 2-game win streak. Alrighty, Pacers and the Hawks. Hawks should bounce back against the Pacers. Pacers are nothing too great here, but the Hawks are a team that they can beat. So interesting there. Probably will stay away from it. Probably won't have too great value, especially the Hawks on a back-to-back. Ooh, not the best. Knicks Rockets, all right. We'll see what's going on. Is John Wall and Victor Oladipo both playing? Knicks on a back-to-back is probably the one reason we don't take this game, but we'll see what happens here. We'll see what the line is. And then the primetime game on television, 8:30, Nets Warriors, going to be a great one. I expect all the Nets to play, and I expect all the Warriors to play as well. So we'll see. We probably will have to swallow a lot of points. I think we're going to take the Nets on this one, folks. And then the last game of the night, 9 o'clock on League Pass, Jazz Heat, gonna be a great one as well. This is what the Jazz should have no trouble beating the Heat, but the Heat do decently match up well with the Jazz, just because they're kind of as deep as the Jazz can be. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see if Goran Dragic is back playing, because that would be huge. We know Tyler Hero is good to go for this game as well. Alrighty. So let's get to the the stats here. Where's the NBA at? NBA right here. All right. Here we go. Let's refresh these lines. We went 3 of 4. No, I want NBA, not college. What are we doing here? All right, here we go. We went officially 3 of 4 last night. Unfortunately, couldn't hit all 4 for 4. Pelicans screwing us a little bit. Alrighty, here we go. 76ers and the Suns. And wow, this spread is very tight. Very tight. Plus a half a point for the 76ers and minus half a point for the Suns. So basically a pick 'em here. Yeah, unfortunate. Don't really love the Suns over to the 76ers. 76ers coming off of a loss, which is definitely unfortunate for them. We're looking up the injuries here. What do we got here? Dario Saric is a game-time decision. Cameron Payne is a game-time decision for the Suns. And for the 76ers, Shake Milton is out. So he's a decent contributor off the bench, Shake Milton. Definitely going to stay away from this game. Suns at home is great. Chris Paul and Devin Booker have been playing fantastic. 76ers coming off of a loss, so they probably step it up a little bit. Just somebody else on that starting roster needs to start stepping it up consistently for the 76ers. It usually was Tobias Harris, and he's still having great success, but you definitely need a third. Steph Curry's been floundering a tad in game totality. He does have great stretches where he hits threes consistently, and it's great, but totality of the game got to get better. Danny Green, we can't even trust to put up more than freaking 5 points a game. And Ben Simmons, he doesn't score a lot because that's not his game. He's a great defender, though. Going to be a great one to watch, so we're just going to stay away from it, and we'll learn what we learn. We'll use what we learn from this game to further our bets in the future, but going to stay away from it. No great value there at only half a point. Pacers, Hawks plus 1.5. Once again, going to stay away from this one. This Hawks team on a back-to-back, it's not promising. I will say that. This Pacers team should be good to go. TJ Warren, Karis LeVert still out. Classic. For the Hawks, Rajon Rondo is out. Bojan Bogdanovic is out. Or Bogdan, and Cam Reddish is a game-time decision. So definitely going to stay away from this one. We may actually take the Pacers, honestly. We may take the Pacers. Let's take the Pacers minus 1.5. We got to start fading this Hawks team, and it is truly unfortunate because we've been big on this Hawks team for the entire season thus far. But it is kind of getting us into a little bit of trouble. And until their bench starts stepping it up, until they get that bit extra third piece here, this Hawks team isn't anything great. So we're going to take Pacers minus 1.5. You got to find other options between Trae Young hitting threes and Trae Young pick and roll with Clint Capella. It's unfortunate. It's great, but it's unfortunate because that's all they can do. Like the Jazz have other great pieces. They can have Donovan Mitchell go and hit the threes whenever he wants, or he can pick and roll with Rudy Gobert, or he can have one of his other 5 great 3-point scorers handle the ball and do what they do. Hawks don't have that luxury. So we'll take the Pacers minus 1.5. They are not on a back-to-back, and that is our kind of main reason of taking the Pacers for this game, honestly. Alrighty, Rockets and the Knicks. Woo, close spreads. Really close spreads here, which is always good. You don't want to swallow any points, but you don't get any great value with points either, unfortunately. So let's see what we got here with the Rockets. Victor Oladipo is out, so it's only going to be John Wall. PJ Tucker is a game-time decision. I'm sure he sits out, honestly. If Victor Oladipo and John Wall are not playing together, I'm sure PJ Tucker is going to sit out as well. We obviously know Christian Wood is out as well. So Knicks, we may be taking them here. They are on a back-to-back, which is not great. But without Victor Oladipo, this Rockets team is nothing great. They're nothing great. And we just saw how deep the Knicks were, kind of, and how great their bench is playing. So we're going to ride with them for another game here. At home, let's take it. Cannot buy this Rockets team without Victor Oladipo and John Wall in the starting lineup. Really should not even be buying them if Christian Wood's not in the starting lineup because DeMarcus Cousins cannot get it done consistently. And we just saw the Rockets without PJ Tucker. They were kind of winning in their last matchup. I'm blanking on who their opponent was, but as soon as PJ Tucker went down, the Rockets blew the game because of that. So I don't think he would play since Victor Oladipo is out. So we're going to take the Knicks here minus half a point. Alrighty, Nets and the Warriors, and we only have to swallow 4 for the Nets, and that's kind of calling me, folks. I do we do see DeAndre Jordan is out. Not great there. But they should be able to kind of, who is their other big here? What do we get? Norvell Pele? The heck is this man? Never heard of him, but we'll see. Luckily for the Nets, the Warriors don't have a great big themselves. Yes, obviously they've got Draymond Green, obviously, and they've got who's their other big? Kevin Looney's out, so you can't even use him. James Wiseman, is he going to be out again? We'll see. I think he's missed the past 2 or 3 games here. Klay Thompson, obviously we know, is out, and Kevin Looney is out as well. So James Wiseman could definitely eat here without DeAndre Jordan in the starting lineup, but I think at the end of the day, the Nets, Kevin Durant's first game back, I think they're honestly going to just derive off of everybody there. So we're going to swallow the 4 with the Nets here. Primetime game for the Nets. They need to show out, especially against kind of a little bit of a lackluster Warriors team. Yes, Steph Curry is going absolutely crazy, but I mean, you know, the streakiness of Kelly Oubre, the consistency of Andrew Wiggins is good, but I think we're going to swallow the 4 here. And then the last game of the night, Heat and the Jazz. Let's see, is everybody good to go for this game? What do we got here? Goran Dragic is still out. Avery Bradley is still out, unfortunately. Mike Conley is a game-time decision, and so is Georges Niang for off the bench. So I think we're good enough to take just this 3-teamer. Don't want to kind of mix in with this Jazz-Heat game. I do like the Heat +6. That is kind of good value to me. Bam Adebayo should have decent success against Rudy Gobert. Decent success. And this Heat shooting should be decent to kind of keep up with the Jazz. So the Heat +6 is definitely great value. Oof. Do we take it? Do we take the 6? You know what? We're going to take the 6. We're going to have another 4-teamer here. Let's hit this 4-teamer. We went 3 of 4 last night. We're going to go 4 for 4 this game. So here we go. 4-teamer here. Pacers -1.5. Knicks -0.5 point. Nets -4. And the Heat +6. I think it's just too much for me to stay away from for this Heat team, especially on the Jazz on a back-to-back. We'll see how they kind of play. But +6 for the Heat. Love this Heat team with Jimmy Butler in the starting lineup. Yes, no Goran Dragic, but Tyler Hero's good to go. So, you know, we can make up some scoring points and some scoring efficiency with Goran Dragic being out. So here we go. I mean, the odds are great, plus 1,200. So you put $100, you're going to win $1,200. That's absolutely fantastic. $100 on this game, absolutely on this 14 parlay. Feeling very, very confident about it. Alrighty, that's going to do it for us today. We're back tomorrow, Sunday, noon Eastern, live, twitch.tv/takesbyfans, breaking down the NBA from yesterday, doing what we do here. We'll see if we have a Sunday segment. We may be having something in the works as well, so stick around for that. We'll may be announcing that tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we're back tomorrow, noon Eastern, twitch.tv/takesbyfans. All right, thanks for